How you doing, guys? I'm Sean. Welcome to Rambles with my camera. Guys, today's video, I'm going to be talking about the difference between creating a photograph and taking a photograph. I'm going to give you some examples here. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, basically, I'm sure you've been out and about, you've been walking about the street, maybe getting ready to shoot some street photographs, and something develops in moments directly in front of you. And you just have to grab that photograph, and this is a wee photograph here that I'd taken probably a couple of weeks back. That young lad there was cycling past, and it was like moments. I only had seconds, and it grabbed the first shot, and I grabbed the second shot, and I think I got the shot, by the way, but I was lucky enough that I was shooting manual. I was very, very lucky enough that I always keep on top of the exposure and the shutter speeds, but it worked. But that was a grab shot. So I took that photograph, I didn't create it, and I'm going to give you an example here, what I mean. So this photograph here, I had just got off a bus. This was down in Dublin, and I cycled, by the way. I didn't cycle to Dublin, over 100 mile away, but I cycled. So anytime I see bikes like this, I photograph them. I have a wee album of all these wrecked bikes. So I seen it, and I said to myself, I felt for the poor creator who owned it. He left it there anyway. But this shadow here to the right hand side, that's actually from a van that was shown. Let me just see if I can get this on up here a second now. Okay, so let's take it in a van, and I just knew there was a shot there, but I couldn't get a shot. So obviously, once again, the van down the side, I wanted a juxtaposition between a cyclist and the wrecked bike. This guy here is very distracting. The van, it's not really happening. I have to say, I don't like a photo. My shadow down here too. So nothing great. It's a bit of a juxtaposition between. But this van here was bugging me because I wanted to get it at an angle at it. Now, as I'm taking that photograph, the van driver came along, and then he drove off, which left me more room to maneuver. So I now standing on this side to get a different angle of the same photograph, just to see if it adds more. And by the way, these are all shot in colour, so as I say, it's bike was wrecked. So as I'm taking a photograph, cyclists started cycling past me, well, behind me on the road. So I started taking a position, okay, trying to work a juxtaposition. Bikes were going so fast, so it changed from shooting single frame till 5 frames a second. So that was the first one, and didn't work. Obviously, the lamppost itself has ruined it, and I think the car has also ruined it. Sort of getting there, but once again, the bike is now not being seen, so I'm still sitting. So my mind is saying there's a photograph in the making here, so I'm sitting waiting to get these photographs going. Once again, still not working. Still not working. Sort of working, but for me, the cars are wrecking it. To me, the cars are ruining it. So now, so this guy here comes into frame, and I goes, happy days, no cars. Is that working? Another shot. Another shot. Now, once again, we're just creating an image. And that's the shot I like. But I think it works because the viewer is clearly seeing what we're looking at here, So I think personally that that's a better one. That one might know. Okay, so personally I think that's a better one. Okay, so this photograph here, this was taken in Inistioge down in Southern Ireland. A beautiful bridge, beautiful day, as you can see yourself. So I took this photograph. But obviously I'm thinking to myself, okay, what's on the opposite side? Because we know the sunlight is coming this way here, okay, coming from right to left. You can see by the shadows are pretty high up, in fact. So you can see where the shadows is coming. So I wanted to see what it was like on the opposite side of the bridge. So as I'm going, I'm taking another photograph. It doesn't matter what it is. This could possibly work. The path leading inside. So when I got to the other side, that's the opposite side of the bridge, okay? And first impressions, it's a beautiful scene, so you compose yourself. I went ahead, left a lot of room for the trees there, framed it with the branches. Same sort of area, but getting a wee bit closer. cutting off this. And this is the whole thing about digital. Rather than just taking one photograph, take several. So even walking 4 to 5 foot, you're actually getting a different perspective of the same scene. So once again, I don't know, is that a better one than that? You know what I mean? I like sort of seeing the tree here, more of the bridge, but I also like in this one, a wee bit closer with the seats. Okay, a wee bit closer, this time taking the bench out and I cut out the right hand side, so I'm actually sitting framing it just with the tree at the top. Does it work? You know, leave us up here this way. Okay, slightly different angle. The bench will probably be over here. And all I'm trying to get you to do is that, you know, initially whenever I was over on this side here, do you know what I mean? And that's when people come along to take the first photograph, and do that by all means, but don't rule out taking a walk around the corner, do you know? So there's the same bridge, different angle. I actually like this here, although the park bench is taken out of shot. Now once I'm here, this is where the park bench was down here, obviously. By this wee tiny island that I'm on there, because basically I had to go across the water, and not that I didn't walk in the water, but jumping across the water, pebbles, rocks, bits of wood, just to get the shot. And truthfully, when I got over there, it didn't work for me. I'm glad I took it, but in reality, it's not really doing that much for me. It looks a beautiful day, it looks a beautiful bridge, but this here in the foreground is sort of ruining it for me. But I'm glad that I went over and done it. So this is what I'm going to be saying, guys. When you're out, take a photograph that you first see, by all means do that. But the problem is that when you do that, you could be missing out on a lot of other photographs. You know, are these going to win any prizes? It doesn't matter. It's reflecting a moment whenever I was out taking photographs, and I sort of challenged my mind, because when you start to do that, I guarantee you're going to get better photographs. I believe you're going to get better photographs. But I always say this, I would rather go home with 20 bad photographs that didn't work than going home with 1 or 2 photographs that didn't work and regretting that I didn't challenge myself and didn't take the other photographs. There you go. So guys, I'm going to wrap this here up. Thank you so much for all the love and support in the channel. I really, really appreciate it. I'm starting a podcast, Rambles with My Camera podcast, and I'm going to put links down below when it goes live. I've got the jingle and all sorted out, so I'm nearly there with it. But thanks for all your love and support in the channel. Big shout out to all the new subscribers. You're very, very welcome, and I appreciate every single one of you here. And thanks again, because I say I really value your support on the channel, because for me, this is documenting my journey through photography, through life. And so many of you guys are doing the exact same. So I hope you get something from this video. I'm going to wrap it up now, but have a fantastic rest of the day or rest of the evening. And know that I'm sending you love from Belfast.